We're flying. Jack. I love you, Jack.
When Titanic hit theaters in 1997, James Cameron's epic romance disaster film wasn't just a box office hit, it became a cultural event, winning 11 Oscars and grossing over $2.2 billion. It blended historical tragedy with Hollywood spectacle. But behind the romance of Jack and Rose and the heart-wrenching sinking sequence lies a production full of strange, surprising, and even bizarre stories. Let's dive deep into weird facts about Titanic you probably didn't know. James Cameron didn't make it for the romance. While audiences remember Titanic as a sweeping love story, Cameron saw it as a way to fund his real passion deep-sea exploration. He pitched the film to 20th Century Fox as Romeo and Juliet on the Titanic to secure financing for dives to the wreck site. In fact, his early expedition footage was so compelling that parts of it were incorporated into the movie itself, blurring the line between filmmaking and documentary. The cast was drugged on set. During the filming of the Halifax hospital scene, several cast and crew members, including Bill Paxton, fell violently ill. It turned out the clam chowder served at lunch had been laced with PCP, angel dust, causing hallucinations and disorientation. Over 50 people had to be taken to the hospital, and the incident became one of the strangest and most disturbing unsolved mysteries in Hollywood production history. The water was actually freezing. Many scenes required the actors to be submerged for hours, and Cameron insisted on keeping the water cold to capture authentic reactions. Kate Winslet began showing signs of hypothermia, and Leonardo DiCaprio complained about losing feeling in his extremities. Cameron argued that the realism in their performances outweighed the discomfort, believing warm water would ruin the believability of the final scenes. Kate Winslet didn't wear a wetsuit. While some cast members wore hidden wetsuits under their costumes, Winslet refused, worried it would hinder her movement and performance. As a result, she spent hours in frigid water, eventually catching pneumonia. She later admitted that while it was one of the hardest shoots of her career, the rawness it added to her portrayal of Rose was worth the suffering. The famous handprint scene was improvised. The steamy car scene between Jack and Rose, ending with Rose's hand sliding down the fogged-up window, wasn't in the original script. Cameron came up with it on set, and Winslet improvised the now iconic handprint. That single unscripted moment became one of the most memorable images from the film, and was heavily used in trailers and posters to sell the romance. Cameron spent more time on the real Titanic than the captain. Through numerous submersible dives, Cameron spent more than 12 hours exploring the Titanic wreck, longer than Captain Edward Smith had been aboard before it sank. This deep-sea footage provided authentic visuals for the film's opening and influenced the accuracy of the ship's reconstruction. Cameron has since admitted that these dives were among the main reasons he made the movie in the first place. Leonardo DiCaprio ad-libbed a famous line. The line, "I'm the king of the world," wasn't scripted. Cameron told DiCaprio to shout something expressive while standing on the bow, and that's what came out. The line became so iconic that it later topped AFI's list of greatest movie quotes, and Cameron even repeated it in his own Oscar acceptance speech. The extras were trained for authenticity. Every background extra was required to attend Titanic school, where they learned 1912-era etiquette, mannerisms, and how to move in period-appropriate clothing. Cameron wanted audiences to subconsciously believe they were watching real Edwardian passengers, and his commitment to authenticity extended right down to the smallest background movements in crowded scenes. The near collision was based on a real event. Early in the movie, the Titanic narrowly avoids colliding with another ship as it leaves port. This moment wasn't invented for drama. It actually happened with the SS New York during the Titanic's real departure. Cameron meticulously recreated the incident, using historical records and eyewitness accounts, adding a layer of authenticity often overlooked by casual viewers. The budget was so huge Fox shared the risk. With costs ballooning to over $200 million, Titanic became the most expensive movie ever made at that time. To mitigate risk, 20th Century Fox brought in Paramount Pictures to co-finance and distribute in North America. The gamble paid off spectacularly, as Titanic became the first film to gross over $1 billion, and held the all-time box office record for more than a decade. From improvised movie magic and freezing on-set conditions to real-life historical recreations and unsolved mysteries, Titanic was a monumental challenge to make, yet every strange twist in production contributed to the authenticity and power of the final film, cementing it as one of the greatest cinematic achievements in history.